Fun times in Cleveland ahead as we join you by the Lakeshore here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's get set. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Don.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Dot.
Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
I'm one,
Little
right?
trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
11, 11, 11. Dot.
Burrow will throw. That is caught, and he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
11 MT,
Yeah, you go to your veteran
MT.
receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Dot.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Eleven, 11. 11 Thomas. 11 MT tape. 11 MT. Dot.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll give it to Mixon. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Here we go.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
11 MT, 11 MT, 11. Stop.
Now Burrow. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good.
Bengals 7, Browns nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. In motion right, Peoples-Jones. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for David Njoku. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Hey, 24.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's a gain of 8.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Watson on 1st down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. This one goes underneath to Walker. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
12. Stop.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. It got his man complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 88 yards. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Browns nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Let's go, yo. Hey, pitch line. Let's go. To the car. Come on.
To throw is Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
59.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And no timeout. 59.
Faking the give. Now Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but Walker hitting the ball is out, and the Bengals grab it. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You've got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Here we go.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate. 11, 11, 11. 11 Mighty. 11, 12, 12, 12. Got?
Now it's Burrow. And it's caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
11, 11.
Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Let's get set.
Burrow looking to pass. Touchdown, Bengals.
Burrow's pass.
Joe Mixon taking it in. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
15-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They run again with Walker. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, take.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
11.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Brad Robbins now.
For the Bengals.
And he fields it cleanly. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
54.
Watson, off play action. Throw left side, complete. That's Morton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Second down and 6 now. Watson now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Slot man moves right.
Alert!
Here's Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Watson looks to throw again. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 28-0 lead, you figure they're just going to be happy to take this lead right into the locker room. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Browns nothing.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
To kick off for Cincinnati.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. On first down, it's Watson. A throw caught here by Morton. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, 31! 59!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Mixon with a first down carry. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Here we go.
From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go. Here we go.
3rd down and 10. Mixing up the middle. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 1st down, Watson. And his pass incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Under pressure, they got him again. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Room here to run. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Touchdown,
Joe Mixon. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Browns nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 154 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Inside handoff to Mixon. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here we go, here we go.
22 is the line to gain here on third down.
11 MT, 11 MT.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Mixon running wide side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
Mixon running wide side. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Here we go.
Second and goal at the 14-yard line.
11.
Here's a give to Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Mixon. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. You know what? I know it's fourth down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on fourth down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
11. Shot.
A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
The tackle by Sione Taki.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
12.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. With 207 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
11, Thomas.
They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
At the Browns' 6-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
McPherson for the Bengals field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover, but CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Come on, baby. It's one play at a time, baby.
And they take a knee.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
And they will take a knee here. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Get him back right now. Let's go. Let's focus in on what we got to do here. Get him going, baby.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Cincinnati,